Good morning, Amit ji.
Good morning. Okay, so all right, sit comfortably, cross-legged. Actually, let's sit in Siddhasana today, or just cross-legged, simple cross-leg or swastikasana. You can crisscross the shin bones like this, and your legs and your shin, I mean your thigh and shin kind of forms 90 degrees, okay? And then when you relax, the knees go and settle on the heel on this side and kind of the ball of the foot on the other side, okay? So, all right, let's sit like that. All right. Okay, put your hands on the knees in Chin Mudra and gently close your eyes. Take your glasses off. And realize internally that the body is breathing. Keep your neck and spine erect, perpendicular to your floor on which you're sitting. And take one deep breath and let it go. And take your hands by the side in line with the pelvis. Put the fingers down and lift yourself up. Lift the sternum up. Push this up. Broaden your chest. Put your hands by the side. And then again, realign yourself and put your hands on the knees. And now without changing anything, bring your attention to your thighs. And internally, relax them. Drop all the stress over there. Our thighs have one of the longest muscles, the psoas muscles, which is connected from the pelvis to the thighs, and that muscle is known to hold negative emotions. So this is why we relax that muscle first, because it's the longest muscle. And you just completely relax it. You don't have to do anything, just bring attention to the thighs, and the awareness alone is enough. Shift your awareness to the pelvis, and that should be enough to relax the pelvis. Shift your awareness to the torso, to your tummy and chest, to your heart. Keep shifting your attention to your awareness to the shoulders. And the shoulders have these muscles. These muscles are also known to hold negative emotions and stress. So relax those muscles by the neck that connect the shoulders. And then bring your attention to the crown of the head. And let the attention drip in all directions. The entire 360 degrees. To the ears, the back of the neck, back of the head, forehead, to the upper cheeks, to the eyelids, to the nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin. Relax the eyeballs inside. And we move from the gross to the subtle. from the karmendriyas to jnanendriyas. And one of the last karmendriya is the tongue. And relax the tongue in the buccal cavity. And join your hands to the heart center. Make sure your sternum is up, chest is nicely broadened, and take a deep breath. Sarvepi sukhina santu, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyid dukhamapnuyat. Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Saviryam Karvavahai, Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rub your palms. Okay, so what are we doing today? Let's start with some twisting while we are seated here. So grab your right hand and put it on the left knee and grab it nicely over there. And then, you know how we adjusted the sternum up like this? Put your fingers at the back and then push yourself up like this. So if you're slouching, push yourself up like that, so that your spine is erect, but not only erect, it is perpendicular to the mat. Okay, hold it like this and then twist. And breathe normally here. And then see if you can take your eyes also to the left extreme. And come back. Let's do the opposite side. With the left hand, grab the right knee, fingers at the back. Now, when I say back, they're aligned on your spine at the back here. Okay, I can't show you the back side, but imagine that they are on the back side. And if it's okay to bend them like that and put your thumb completely down to get some pressure, and then push your chest up and twist. And then roll your eyes to the right extreme. This also strengthens the eye muscles around the eyeballs, eyes, eye sockets. Okay, here you go. Now change, if you're crossing your legs like this, change the crossing of the leg. Put the left leg down and the right leg on the top. and repeat the process. And on the other side. Don't hold your breath, breathe normally. Okay, very nice. And let's get up and do our stretching. Clasp your hands and go up. So today what we're going to do, it's I don't have any agenda like typically. I don't have the agenda, whatever comes in the spur of the moment. So we're going to do the stretching against the wall. So what you're going to do is stand here and put your hands on the wall and pull them up. Walk your hands on the wall and then push your hips forward. See if you can keep your heels on the ground and completely keep on walking on the wall. You'll find all that purvottan. Uttan means stretching. Purvottan, right? So the purva side of your body is getting stretched. And then move a little bit forward and move your hands up again. And see if you can touch your either chin or the forehead to the wall. There's the forehead to the wall. And focus on the areas that are getting stretched. Your shoulders are probably getting stretched. And we hardly ever stretch them. So this is one way of, besides this stretching that we do, but this one doesn't pull the hands at the back, it doesn't broaden the shoulders, okay? So that could be a very good exercise that I do whenever I feel like throughout the day. If you're sitting in the office chair for too long, you get up against the wall, put your hands, and then you stretch. And it gives a nice curvature to the back, right? Because we always sit like this, or you're engrossed in the work and you forget the body. Okay, here we go again. Stretch and rise on your toes. Keep the heels together. Keep the heels together. Rise, rise, rise. And exhale. Put your heels back and hug that universe out there. And inhale and come up. And put your hands, exhale as you bring it back to the pranam. Okay, very good. Okay. And then we're going to do some head rolls. Like typically we do it before we start. So here we go, head rolls. Put your tongue to the roof of the mouth. Don't forget that. And you may want to put your feet hip width apart to get some, if you're feeling dizzy, you can get a good support here. All right, so, and then go the other way. 5 times in one direction. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Open your eyes. You may feel a little bit of dizziness. It's okay. It's normal. All right. And then open your eyes. Okay, there you go. Put your left hand out. Get into Shikhar Mudra, thumbs up mudra. Put your thumb, connect to the biceps, to the earlobes, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's the other side. Biceps to the earlobes, go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wonderful. All right. And then let's keep the hands on on the waist. Put your left hand up and your right hand down now. And then push your hips in that direction. Ardha Kati Chakrasana. And connect your biceps to the earlobes right here. All right. And you can do it this way, or you can put it this way. So there's nothing right or wrong about this. So there are many different schools of thought here. All right. There is not just one way to be a yogi. Okay, so just remember, let's not be fanatic about stuff. Put your hands down. We normally don't hold your breath. And come up. Let's do one more side. Again, one more time. Connect the biceps to the earlobes, hands by the side, and push your hips in the opposite direction. And when you're connected here, you may want to look up and also stretch the palms of your hands. Stretch them completely. Okay, let's do one more time. Look up. Very good. Okay, let's do some twisting. Get a nice Da Vinci pose. That's the navel is the center. If you drew a circle, it touches the tips of your hands and your heels at the back. All right, here we go. And then you twist, exhale, blow your nose at the back. Keep your eyes open. Don't close your eyes. Very good. Okay. And then let's bend forward. Put your hands broaden your base a little bit more. And then move forward like this. Bend forward from your pelvis. Put your hands on the knees and blow through the center of your lips. We just increase the heart rate. It's called Mukhadhoti. All right. And then I'm going to touch with my right hand the left toe. Exhale fully here. Exhale fully there. Mukhadhoti again. Center of the lips. And bring your feet together. Keep them about hip width apart. And then we're going to draw hula hoop rings. So now we're only moving from the hips. We're only drawing circles on the floor with your hips. There you go. Let's make some jalebis. There you go. It's a good exercise for the pelvis area. It loosens it, it massages it, it invigorates that area, and also stimulates that, brings the fresh blood. You know, that's important. All right. And then you come down, put your hands on your kneecaps, and then go circles like this. 1, 2, make small circles, okay? Don't go beyond your big toe. Your big toe should be your limits out here. Okay, very nice. And this should lubricate the knee joint very well, strengthen the muscles around it. There you go, very good. Okay, and then sit down, exhale, exhale.
Completely exhale here. And when you're done exhaling, inhale and come up. And exhale. Keep your knees together.
And there you go. All right. We'll do a couple of Surya Namaskars and warm up the body even further. So stand about 8 inches, come to Samasthiti. And gently rest your chin on your index finger, collapse your wings. And this is a position of surrendering. The surrendering of the self-existence, the surrendering of the ego, the sense of existence is what you surrender. And there is nothing to be done. There is no surrenderer. So the surrendering happens when we detach ourselves from the mind-body system. And that detachment brings a unique level of awareness. And in that awareness, we see. That seeing leads to surrendering to the infinity. It's also called samasthiti. Samasthiti is a mental state of being equanimous. Om Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyapi Hitam Mukham Tatvam Pushan Apavrunu Satyadharmaya Drishtaye Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Take your palms down to the navel and go out.
And stretch yourself up, connect to the biceps and the earlobe. And then put your hips forward and bend backwards. When the hips don't move any further, let your head drop down and look at your own spine.
And so what I'm doing is I'm basically pushing my hips in that direction. So your tailbone in that direction.
And I'm bending forward so that my back is straight and the hamstrings are getting stretched. Okay, so if you feel that you're going to hurt your low back,
Bring your hands closer to the chest. And that will relieve some of that cantilevered load onto the low back. All right. So that's an easy technique to protect the low back. But keep your back straight. And so we are in the Samakonasana right here.
and let the gravity pull yourself down and maintain that awareness from inside that the body is succumbing to the gravity. Maintain that awareness. Just observe that the body is slowly, 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 slowly. And your hands feel that touch to the mat. Whatever you're touching, meaning your either full palm or few fingers, or if there is no touch there, that's okay. Just observe the body. The body is the vehicle, the vahan. Like each deity in the shastras is supposed to have a vahan, a vehicle, right? Like the Ganesha has the mouse. Similarly, we have the body, and this body is the vehicle in which inside and outside the awareness is completely surrounded. The body is inside that awareness, and there is awareness inside the body. It sounds paradoxical, but since space is everywhere, we are inside the space and the space is inside us. So a similar kind of analogy, if I may use, and replace the space with awareness and consciousness, then that consciousness is everywhere and we are inside the consciousness and consciousness is inside us. And therefore we call it the Kevala Kumbhak. The body is the Kumbha. There is space inside the Kumbha, there's space outside the Kumbha. And you look straight ahead in Ashwasanchalanasana. And you don't try to look at anything, don't try to focus on something particular, but maintain an open focus. Open focus is something like daydreaming. You know, we are looking at something, but we are really not paying attention to whatever we are looking at. That is kind of open focus, daydreaming kind of state of mind. And you can understand how the indriyas are worthless if you don't pay attention to them, right? The light is coming in, the eyes are working, the retina is bringing the signal inside, but there is no one processing any of that information. And so all that work that the indriyas are doing becomes worthless, right? So we are the owners, we are the masters inside. That awareness is the master. So if you don't pay attention, all that indriyas have really no meaning. Okay, so with that you come to Dvipada Prasaranasana. It's called the plank pose or Falakasana. And then put your knees down, keep your hands where they are, and then stretch. So that stretch we did against the wall, this thing is something similar to that. So as you're stretching, don't move your hands. In fact, I would say if you want to move them and walk them further out, that will be even more beneficial, but don't move them closer to you. And then tuck your head in and relax. Exhale fully. Fully exhale and breathe normally, take a few normal breaths here. Do not try to manipulate anything. Let the body do what it is doing. Okay. All right, here we go. And then inhale and come up. And then put your forehead down this time. All right, let's see if we can put the forehead down first. So this can be a little challenging. Curl your toes at the back and then put your forehead down. And then put your chest down. And if you cannot do that, move a little bit up. And then come to Sarpasana. And when we say Sarpasana, feel that primordial serpent energy inside along the spine. Because the only thing common between us and that reptile is the spinal column, if you really think about it. And the spinal column and the spinal cord inside is that primordial life form, which is common in us. So the instincts are all in the spinal column, okay? So that spinal area is what we are focusing on right here. You can also focus on Manipur, Swadhisthana chakras. So Sarpasana, and come to Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward facing dog. The downward facing dog is a tricky pose. One has to pay attention to what all the downward facing dog does. Okay, so what it is doing, first of all, it is putting the heart lower than your hips. That's important. And it is stretching your calf muscles, and they are responsible for pumping the lymphatic fluids. And those are the two hearts down there for the lymphatic fluid. So as we walk, the lymphatic fluids get pushed around because there is no real pump. So the calf muscles act as a pump. So that's what it is doing. Your head is also lower than the heart. So let's think about that for a minute, what it does. And then rise on your toes and then push with your hands. So imagine that stretch we did earlier against the wall is what you're kind of doing now by pushing the hands and broaden the shoulders. Don't let the shoulders collapse. So broaden your shoulders and push, 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 and then put your heels back down. And relax in Shashankasana again. So uncurl your toes and then put your chest down. Forehead down. And let the body come back to homeostasis right here. Remember, yoga is not a exercise, okay? It is a phenomena. It's a phenomena at 4 different levels: physiological level, of course, psychological level, psychic level, and also at the spiritual level, okay? So yoga is not a workout, it's not an exercise, it's something, it's way, way larger than what people generally think in the West, okay? So it is working at a different levels simultaneously on all these 4 levels, all right? So we are physically stimulating it, we are psychologically releasing some emotions, psychologically, it is helping us to focus on things, it is releasing some psychological knots that are developed along the spine. So there is a lot happening which we are unaware of, and that awareness may come someday and we can actually see things happening. But for now, let's think about it and go with the flow with these exercises that have been, or rather these postures developed by the rishis way back when, right? So anyway, so let's put the left foot. See, this hand and the shin are perfectly aligned. You see this, right? That's a good pose because it keeps the shin perpendicular to the mat and the palms are completely down like this. And then uncurl your toe at the back and push your hips in. When I say push, just relax them. Just by relaxing, the muscles tend to cooperate better. And relaxing just basically means you just bring your attention to that particular part of the body and it automatically happens for you. Okay. There you go. So you can stay in this pose for however long in the open focus. Do not try to label anything out there that you're seeing. If you're seeing things, don't try to identify them. Okay, then put your right foot and then join your palms right here. And then again, push your tailbone in that direction where we started. So when you're here, when you push your tailbone out, it's going to stretch your hamstrings right here, okay? And then start unfolding yourself, come up, connect to the biceps, and exhale. So we just did a 12-step Surya Namaskar, but there's, like I said, there's a lot going on. There's a whole book by Bihar School of Yoga just on Surya Namaskar. So if anybody's interested, I'd say want to pursue this any further in terms of knowledge and in terms of taking it to the next level, you're more than welcome to do that. Okay, and then let's go second one. Om Hrim Ravaye Namaha. Put your hands down and bring it out and okay. Exhale. Now, exhalation, you can think that all the negative emotions are coming out. You're exhaling the negative emotions. Exhale. It's, it's the mind over matter. So when you exhale, you think in your mind that negative emotions are coming out. When you inhale, all that positivity is coming in. Exhale the negative, inhale the positive. And here, you can also walk your feet like this. All right, so you alternate the pumping of the calf muscles, and you alternate and you relieve your low back with any kind of excessive stress that you might be putting in the spur of the moment. So to avoid that, you can do this. Okay, and then take your right foot back, and we are now in the Ashwa Sanchalanasana. And let's say if you're not able to maintain that open focus and the mind keeps on grabbing onto the subject, right? So what is the habit of the mind? The habit of the mind is to grab constantly, right? It is constantly grabbing something, meaning like it's focusing. It has this autofocus mode, right? The camera has the autofocus mode, something like that. The mind also has the autofocus. The moment you stop scanning and you come to a point, suddenly the mind will focus on it. And what we're trying to do here is to maintain that open focus. So that means you disable the autofocusness about the mind. And when you disable that is when you implode, that the energy that is going outward comes back inward. That means it doesn't go out essentially, right? So if you cannot maintain that open focus, let's say, right? Then what you do is you focus between the eyebrows, which is the Shambhavi Mudra. So Shambho is the name of Shiva. With love, we call him Shiva Shambho. So Shambho and Shambhavi, they are connected, okay? So that Shambhavi Mudra is nothing but you look between the eyebrows at the Agnya Chakra, because this position right here activates the Agnya Chakra. And so if you do the Shambhavi Mudra right here, understand the science behind this, because we are not just doing this blindfolded. We are a generation which we try to reason everything, right? And this is what I'm trying to decode in my own ways about what is this Shambhavi Mudra. I mean, why am I doing the Shambhavi Mudra? So closely watch what's happening. When you do the Shambhavi Mudra, what is happening is the outer world is there, but it's like a dream. And the inner world is there, the inner world of and which is a dream, but it doesn't allow you to dream internally. It doesn't allow you to have a sort of a daydreaming state of mind also. So Shambhavi Mudra is very powerful. It maintains the awareness neither outside nor inside. It is at the cusp. It is at the threshold of inside to the outside. And that's what Shambhavi Mudra does. And this is what activates the Agnya Chakra, the command center, the pineal gland, the pituitary gland. All of those adrenal glands are stimulated in this. They called it the third eye. And the third eye is nothing but that awareness. That awareness gets awakened. Okay. And take the left foot back and come to plank position. And you can maintain the Shambhavi Mudra all day long while doing these exercises, these poses, all right? It doesn't really, it's not going to hurt you in any ways, all right? So in this pose, your core is being activated, your Manipur chakra is being activated, and then you relax. Exhale as you fold yourself, exhale, exhale, and then feel that stretch in the back. The mid back is being stretched very nicely. And then when you put your head down, is the same exercise that we did against the wall, but this time we are using the gravity. We're using the perpendicular here to the floor. And relax here. Again, think in your mind that this is not a workout. This is a holistic way of stimulating the mind, stimulating the body, energizing certain centers in the body. And we exhale and put your chin down this time. Chin, chest, and knees. 4 parts, and then 2 toes and 2 hands. 8 parts of the body are touching the floor. Your tummy is not touching, so just make sure that. And then come to Sarpasana and bring back those primordial energies, the spinal column, the spinal cord, which is responsible for the instincts, the flight of fight response, and those primordial, we are imitating these. Okay, and then you come to Adho Mukha Svanasana, the downward facing dog, Sumeru Asana, Parvatasana. And this again is a very important step in Surya Namaskar. It is ideally you should be doing Jalandhar Bandha right here. So push your chin towards the chest. That one detail I forgot to mention last time. So push your chin against the chest and look at your own Manipur chakra. Look at your own navel, the solar plexus. And put your knees down. Exhale. Two normal breaths here. And inhale and come up. And put the right foot up this time. And come to Ashwa Sanchalan. Sanchalan. Samyak Chalan. And bring your attention between the eyebrows. And with that open focus, the Agnya Chakra is the sun of the body. That's where we put that bindi, the tilak, all of that happens. They're all symbols, outwardly symbols, but inwardly, that's the command center. And now let's push. Here's what we can do, is you come back to those fingers that we had before, and then push your hips up, downward, and look up. And then come back, and then put your left foot. Very good. And then join your palms right here, and then come up, inhale and come up. All right, very good. So Surya Namaskars are to be kind of practiced with this kind of intent in the mind. It's that intent is that you're basically focusing internally. 4 types of things are happening: physiological, psychological, psychic, and spiritual. All right. All these 4 things happening in the body are going to basically rejuvenate your internal systems, your body, of course, all the muscles that are getting stretched. It's called a complete exercise, right? So you can imagine it's like how shitil your body becomes after Surya Namaskar. You will feel that.
And that energy, it becomes like when you activate the solar plexus, right? So here, let's think about this, right? When you're bending backwards in this mudra like this, your Vishuddhi chakra is getting activated. Okay, as you bend down and come to Padahastasana, your Manipur chakra and Swadhisthana chakra are getting activated. And then the attention shifts to the Agnya chakra when you're in the Ashwasanchalanasana, and so on and so forth. So all these psychic centers are getting fired up and you're ready to face the world. So what you do is you practice Surya Namaskar in the morning with a little bit of more speed. Okay. In the evening, if you practice, then slow it down completely because it activates the Ida energy of the body. In the morning, it activates the Pingala energy of the body. So the sun energy and the moon energy, as they call it, the Ida and the Pingala. So in the evening, the system is shutting down, you're coming home, you're kind of going towards going back to the bed and stuff like that. So you don't want to activate it too much. So go real slow, put some nice music on and chant some mantras and, get into that zone and it will relax you. I mean, you don't really need to do anything else, honestly. I mean, the modern man is torn. The modern man is torn between too much information. Everybody comes and bombards this information on us. Hey, watch this video, watch this, watch that. This guru is coming, that guru is saying something, that school is saying something, that book says something. And we cannot get our head out of the water. So just pick one thing, okay? Whatever works for you. If you like to meditate, meditate. Meditation will take care of everything, all right? We don't need to do anything separately if you meditate, because meditation will completely cleanse your system internally, physiologically, and psychologically. It will completely bring about this amazing energy in you. All right. So now today we are going to do simple twisting. So I would say sit on the block. All right. Sit on the block, and then bring your heel as close as possible. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with my left hand, I'm going to grab this knee. All right. Grab this knee as tight as you can and pull towards you. Keep your back straight. And then with the right hand, put it at the back, push like we did earlier on, push and bring that spine erect and twist. Some people call this Marichiasana. There are various, none of these names really matter, okay? Because these names are just basically labels given to all these poses. And what matters is your attention inwardly, is the awareness that is important. So keep that awareness, observe that the body is twisting, and now you can breathe out and twist even more. So breathe, exhale completely and breathe and push upward and twist, up and twist, up and twist, and see how far you can go. Very nice. Okay. And then come back. And you can hold some of these poses for up to 2 minutes. There shouldn't be any issue with that. If you're low back, or if you have any problems with the low back or with your spine, don't do any of these twisting exercises. All right. Okay. So, or poses, I would say. All right. So bring your knee closer to you, hug it really nicely, and then put your right hand and grab that knee like you grab, very nicely tight. Okay. And then while you're doing that, push yourself up. Push yourself up. And then with the left hand, push even further up, 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 up. And don't loosen this grip. This should be tight. And then twist. and let the breathing be normal. Try not to hold the breath, try not to expedite it, try not to do anything with it, just leave it alone. Let the body manage itself. And come back. All right, so today we're going to do a different exercise of the beginning of the pranayam. Take your heel and tuck it in. Take the heel and tuck it in and sit comfortably. And then with your right hand and with your left hand, grab the big toe. Grab it like this. Okay. Once you grabbed it, push your back in. So make your back straight. Don't round off like that. So put your back straight up like just what you had before. All right. So hold it like this, hold it like that, and then look up. Now, while looking up, we are going to do three things. Okay. Outwardly, you're going to do Khechari Mudra. Khechari Mudra is you roll your tongue back. Okay. Like this. You roll it back, and as though you're going to touch the epiglottis inside. All right. So you roll it back as much as you can. That's the Khechari Mudra. And then you're going to do Shambhavi Mudra right here. So you're going to focus between the eyebrows. Now, Shambhavi Mudra, there's a trick to it, how you can get that, right? So first of all, but just by looking up, you're already, your eyes are focusing right there, okay? So that is one trick. The other trick is, if I put my finger here, and if I bring it out by 1 foot, and I focus on the tip of the finger, and then if I move it another foot up, so I'm drawing this 90-degree triangle right here. So 1 foot out, 1 foot up, and look at the tip of the finger. And then if you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. If not, you just keep staring at it. That kind of simulates the Shambhavi Mudra. All right. So what we're doing is we're getting into Mahabandha. Okay. So get your finger on top, or you take that and you look up, keep your body straight, your back straight, and then come to Shambhavi Mudra right here and keep the Khechari Mudra and then do the Mula Bandha. I know there are lots of things going on, but just go with the flow. Mula Bandha is you suck your perineum in, okay, that as though you're stopping to go to the bathroom. You want to go to the bathroom, but there is no place. So you just basically hold it tight. So you just hold it lightly. Don't hold it too tight. Okay, there you go. And so get into Khechari, roll your tongue in, and come to Shambhavi Mudra. And do the Mula Bandha. And breathe normally here for a second. And next Sunday, we'll go to the next level of this and introduce the pranayam in it. And come back out. You can already feel that there's something going on. Are you guys feeling it? Your head is spinning a little bit. There's a little lightness into the, and all of these techniques are just designed to have this thoughtless mind. Thoughtless mind means cloudless sky. That's what it means. When you have a cloudless sky, you get this bright sunshine, all right? So when you have a thoughtless mind, the Sakshi, the tattva inside, it basically shines forth, right? So that's exactly what all of these techniques are designed for, all right? So here, let's grab the left toe this time and put the right heel into the perineum at the back.
And then grab the toe with your right hand as well, right? And then you're doing basically Ek Pad Paschimottanasana, right? And you hold it, keep your back straight, look up, Khechari Mudra, roll your tongue. Once you roll your tongue, get into Shambhavi Mudra. So look between your eyebrows. Yes, this will squint your eyes. It may even roll your eyeballs. And all of this is designed so that the energy doesn't flow out. It implodes. And then put the Mula Bandha. Now, the next step to this is exhale fully and hold the breath out. Exhale. Now, internally rotate your attention from the Agnya Chakra, which is the center of the eyebrows, to the Vishuddhi Chakra, which is at the throat, base of the throat, and to the Muladhara Chakra. So internally chant Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. While holding the breath out, don't breathe. So we took the next step now. So first step, what we did, we got into the mudras, we got into the bandha, the Mula Bandha, and then once you exhale fully, your attention shifts from Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. And when you cannot hold the breath out anymore, release. Exhale. And now you probably feel even heightened state of mind, which is different than this normal state of mind. You can feel it. I know you can feel it. All right. Here, let's repeat this thing now on the right side. Put your left foot in the perineum and put your right foot out. Grab the right toe, straighten the back, look up. Once you look up, grab the right toe with the left hand. And if you cannot do that, use a towel. All right. If you cannot reach, some people cannot reach that way. It's okay. Nothing is right and wrong. All right. Whatever your body can do, just accept that reality about the body and don't fight it. Okay. There's no point in fighting because fighting needs a fighter. Right? When the fighting needs a fighter, that means there's nothing but your ego. That fighter is the ego. That's the mind. Is one aspect of the mind. There are four parts: Man, Buddhi, Chitta, and Ahankar. Four parts of the mind. So the moment you start fighting, the Man, Buddhi, Chitta, and Ahankar, the last part of the mind, says, "I'm going to do it." Okay, we don't want that to happen. So just accept the reality as it is. Wherever we are, just accept it. We can only take the first step from where we are. So just accept that I cannot touch the toe. It's okay. Just chill. All right. Here, grab the toe if you can. If not, use a towel and just hold it like this. It's okay. All right. Because none of these gimmicks, none of this gymnastics, whatever we are doing, really have, I don't want to say whether it has a meaning or not, but I want to say that ultimately it doesn't matter. At the ultimate state, it doesn't really matter. Okay. Because ultimate state is the awareness. And that awareness is already there with us. We just don't know. Right? So if it is all about that, then all of this, what you're doing is to get back to that awareness which is inside that we keep forgetting. All right. So here, grab it. Grab it. So now we're going to take the next step. The first baby step was just grabbing this. The second baby step was keep your back straight. The third one was look up. And once you look up, get into Shambhavi Mudra like this. Put the Khechari Mudra, roll your tongue at the back. Put the Muladhar, Mula Bandha. And then internally chant. Now exhale fully And while you're holding that breath out, internally chant Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. So when you're chanting, shift your attention from Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. Agnya Vishuddhi Muladhara. So your attention is in this circular fashion. You're going to the base of the spine, to the command center, to the Vishuddhi chakra, base of the spine, command center, Vishuddhi chakra. Simple. There's no rocket science. All right, here we go. So hold it, look up. Vishuddhi, the Shambhavi Mudra, Khetari Mudra, Mula Bandha. Exhale fully. And inhale and release it. Okay, so we did it on the both sides. Ideally, what you want to do is do one side 3 times, and then do the left side 3 times, and then put both the feet out. This time we're going to go into Paschimottanasana. So put your hands up. And as you exhale, right? So take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, grab both the toes. Now, this time what we're doing, we're not exhaling separately, right? So ideally, this is how you should go into the pose. You already completely exhale, all right? So you completely exhaled here. Look up, Khetsari Mudra, Shambhavi Mudra, Mula Bandha, and then internally keep on shifting your attention from Agnya, Vishuddhi, Muladhara. And go at this speed. Agnya, Vishuddhi, Muladhara. Agnya, Vishuddhi, Muladhara. Agnya, Vishuddhi, Muladhara. So you're not breathing, your breath is out. And you are in Shambhavi Mudra all the time, Khetsari Mudra all the time. There is no air in the lungs. Mula Bandha is locked. And release it. Take a deep breath again. Now, when is the ideal time to do this? Your stomach has to be empty early in the morning. You've done your asanas, you've done your pranayam, and you're going to go into meditation. So this becomes this Mahamudra becomes a connecting link between the pranayam and the meditation, because this is part of the pratyahara, because everything is internalized. Your tongue that was chick, 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 chick all the time, it goes backwards, so you cannot talk. Your eyes are looking outward, looking for information. You put them right there in Vishuddhi, in the Shambhavi Mudra, and they cannot see. That means energy is going outward, inward. This is going inward. And then you lock the energy from beneath. So you're trapping that energy from Agnya Chakra to the Muladhara Chakra. So that thing then starts oscillating. And that's what we did. We went from Agnya, Vishuddhi, Muladhara, Muladhara, Agnya, Vishuddhi, Muladhara, Muladhara, Agnya, Vishuddhi, Muladhara. So we are going in circles. And this energy is basically oscillating between Agnya Chakra and the Muladhara Chakra. So this is the decoding of all of what we're doing. So it doesn't take much. You just have to observe what's going on, just be fully aware of what is happening in the body at psychic level, physiological level. And it just unfolds like a book right in front of you. Okay, so now we're going to go. I know we did the the Pratyahara first, but again, I'm sorry about that, but here we go. We are going to do some pranayams today. So sit in Ardha Padmasana or Padmasana.
And keep your neck and spine erect, hands on the knees. You can just simply put them down like this. Make sure your elbow is in line with your body. It's not doing this. It's in line with the body. Exhale. Now we're going to practice simple breathing technique called the Ujjayi breathing first. Okay. Now, what is this Ujjayi breathing? You constrict your epiglottis right here. So you're going to hear yourself breathing in. You should be able to hear yourself breathing in. And then when you release it, like the sound of the ocean. Okay, so we'll do some ocean breathing first. Because we always start with the Kapalabhati and we've always done that. So today we are going to do this Prana Karshan Kriya. So close your eyes. Internally, you can do the Shambhavi Mudra if you want. Mula Bandha very gently. And then exhale fully. And then start breathing in with this sound of the ocean. As you breathe in, travel along your spine from the Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddhi, and come all the way to Agnya Chakra. And then as you exhale, Agnya Chakra, Vishuddhi, Anahat, Manipur, Swadhisthana, and then Muladhara. Okay, let's practice this for some time. It's called the Prana Akarshan Kriya. Pran means life force. This attracts life force in the body. It generates prana in the body. It generates life force in the body. Okay, simple. Exhale, inhale, and keep rising along the spine as you inhaling. Do not hold the breath. Inhale and let it go. Just like the ocean waves, the wave comes in and immediately goes back. It doesn't linger around the shore. It comes in and goes back. Get into that rhythm. So now what we're going to do is we're going to close the right nostril. Keep repeating the same thing, but just close the right nostril. Deep, slow, rhythmic breathing. And then put your right hand down. And then pick up your left hand and close the left nostril. And repeat. Deep, slow, rhythmic breathing with epiglottis constricted. Very good. So now we're going to add another level to this. Is we're going to do now alternate nostril. And we're going to count internally 1, 2, 3, 4 as you exhale. And then as you as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you counted till 4, then you count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so that's one round. So what we are doing is we initially did equal inhalation, equal exhalation. Equal inhalation, equal exhalation. Then we closed one nostril and we did it the same thing, equal on both sides. Inhale and exhale, but long, deep, slow inhalation and long, deep, slow exhalation, but they were equal. Now we're going to shift. Now we're going to double the exhalation and keep the inhalation single count. That means 4 counts inhalation and 8 counts exhalation. Okay, so let's do that. But we're going to do this alternate nostril breathing. Okay, so what you're going to do is get into Vishnu Mudra like this, and then close your left. So when you breathe in, count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then close the right and exhale 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Close the left, exhale through the right. Still we're not holding anything. Okay, we're just breathing in and out, but we are changing the proportion of it. That's all. So close the left and breathe out to the right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Simple, not that difficult. But in this process, we are building onto the complexity, right? So we started initially with just inhalation, exhalation, bringing your attention from Muladhara all the way to Agnya and going down and coming up and going down. Then we did the alternate, meaning like this and that, right? Now we're going to shift. We're going to breathe in from the right or left and then exhale from the other side, inhale from that same side, exhale from the other side, but we are also shifting how much weightage we are going to give on inhalation and exhalation. Exhalation is twice as long as the inhalation. Okay, so the counting helps because then you don't have to worry about it. Now, here is another subtle addition to this. As you're breathing in, you're going to do the Muladhara, Mula Bandha like this. And then as you're exhaling, you're going to release. We get into Ashwini Mudra. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Now you're going to take twice as long to exhale. So that exhalation should synchronize with this constriction of your perineum. Okay, let's do that. Take your glasses out, get into Vishnu Mudra, exhale fully. I'm going to count for you here. So exhale. And as you're inhaling, you're going to pull in your Mula Bandha. But you're also traveling along the spine to the Agnya Chakra. So by the time the Mula Bandha is completely locked, you're already here at the Agnya Chakra. So here we go. Exhale. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be at the Agnya Chakra right here. Mula Bandha is completely closed. And then as you exhale, 5, 6. So you're exhaling from the right side now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You should be at the base of the spine and the Mula Bandha should be completely open. This takes time, guys. This needs a little bit of synchronizing. It's like you're learning the car for the first time. You know, you have to press the brake, you have to press the accelerator, you have to press that clutch, you have to release them in certain proportions, put that gear on, make sure you're looking ahead. So there's a lot of dividing of your attention going on here. Why? So that there are no thoughts in the mind. Okay, so that's the basic purpose. There are no clouds in the sky. And someday we will come face to face with ourselves. We'll come face to face with our own reality. Come face to face with that effulgence of energy, of that awareness, that Chaitanya inside. Okay, so that's the whole goal about all this, is to distract yourself from the outer world so that you become introverted and you're generating more prana in this process. And what is the prana doing? The prana is nothing but that life force. That life force is giving you the awareness. That awareness is needed to come face to face with yourself in self-realization. Simple. Okay, so let's do this for some time and get into Vishnu Mudra. Now I'm going to do this with you so that I can do it a little bit myself as well. So I'm not counting for you. You should count. You should put that gear. The gear is nothing but your Muladhara chakra, right? That is the gearing, and so on and so forth. You know the exercise, you know the drill. All right, here we go. Exhale fully. Close the left. Inhale to the right. Count 4. Close the right. Exhale through the left. Count till 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Completely exhale. And I hope you guys are doing internally what we talked about. Inhale from the left. Exhale from the right. Inhale from the right. Inhale from the left. Inhale from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale from the left. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Inhale from the right, from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale from the right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And sit comfortably. Let it all go. Sit in Chin Mudra. And the pranayams are designed to manage the autonomous, sympathetic, and parasympathetic nervous systems. This is extremely important to calm all that stress down, all that anxieties down. The modern man is running for his life while the tiger is chasing him. That is the state of the common man. If you want to see that, just go to any big city and see how the people are running around. Stress everywhere. And so it is even more important for the common man, the modern man, staying in these big cities to practice this simple pranayam, Nadi Shodhan, Chandra Vedan, Surya Vedan, Anulom Vilom. All of these techniques are designed to manage the autonomous system, sympathetic nervous system, and the parasympathetic nervous system. And this is a fact. This is all proven in the laboratories. So, and the rishis in India somehow figured this all out thousands of years back and attained self-awareness, self-realization. Swami Ram of the Himalayan Institute was known to be able to gain complete control of his parasympathetic nervous system. He was able to control his heart rate, able to stop it, kick it back on, bring it to 300 beats a minute, and then bring it back to zero again. So the pranayam basically helps you to take charge of the parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous systems. And again, is that the goal of this whole thing? No. The goal is, we talked about it, is to get this thoughtless state of mind. And when we are able to control the breath, we are able to control everything. That is the key. That is the kilakam. Breath is the key. It's a connecting link between the psychic and the physiological systems, the spiritual and the physiology and the psychology. It connects them all. And breath is the only instrument, the only happening in the body that can be taken control of and can be left alone whenever we want to, and it goes back to its natural state. It's a pneumatic tool. So focus on the breath, but this time we are not manipulating it. Just observe the breath going in. Anapana meditation. Just observe the breath is going in and it's coming out. going in, it's coming out. So what this simple meditation technique does, it takes away the doership away from you. It tells you that there is nothing to be done. Just observe the breath. All that doing, manipulating is over. Now just leave that instrument of breathing alone. And suddenly the man, buddhi, chitta, and ahankar, all these four parts of the brain, of the mind, are worthless. You're not giving them any importance anymore. And that bothers the mind. It wants to survive. It cannot be lying around like an empty glove. It wants to be active. It wants to do something. It wants you to wear those gloves and do that work, whatever you're doing in the garden, with your car mechanic, changing your oil or brakes, whatever. It wants those gloves is the mind. And we are asking, take those gloves off. Just let them be. And the mind feels insecure. The mind is insecure. And it starts wandering. It goes deep into your old memories or goes deep into the future, thinks about your bank account, thinks about your Wall Street portfolio, or thinks about some amazing event that happened in your life. But it cannot rest idly. Now, what we're asking of the mind is to be just below the nostrils and sit there and be the doorkeeper of the breath. The breath goes in, the breath comes out. The breath goes in, the breath goes out. And it gets bored. It says, I have nothing to do except just to watch. And it drops the analysis of the mind, the intellect. There's nothing better to do. The ahankar cannot survive. The sense of existence is lost because the intellect is not processing anything. It's a complete void. Yes, that void is important. Feel that void inside. Feel it. That void is as powerful as the black hole. It takes away the ahankara. It takes away the thinking mind. It takes away the analytical mind. And so all that remains now is your chitta, the subconscious. And that void gives access to the subconscious mind. Suddenly you go inside. The doors of the subconscious open up. And the conscious mind gets flooded with all the junk. But do not react to anything, just observe. Let all that junk come out and just observe that. In that observation, one is freed of those sanskaras. Sanskaras are nothing but the past memories, prarabdha, the past actions and knots and all that baggage. So you're basically emptying that baggage, and the mind becomes the substratum on which you empty all that. So you start seeing all these past memories, but you don't react to them. You welcome them and say goodbye, just like the doorkeeper does, welcomes people and lets them in. Here, they're coming out and you let them go. The memories come out, they surface, you see them for one last time and let them go. The moment you shake hands with them, that's it, you're entangled. Don't shake hands, just join your palms in the Namaskar Mudra and tell them goodbye, namaste, bye bye, let them go. The more you let go, the freer the mind becomes. One by one, you are freed from those past memories. Now, it's not like you're going to lose all that memory, but you're freed from the clutches of these memories. The clutching is what binds us from being free. So we are freed from the clutches of these memories. Some incident that must have happened 20 years ago and we still think about it. That is the clutching. That hurt or pleasure. Somebody said something nice to you and forever you are grateful for that person, to that person. Somebody said something bad to you, forever you hold that grudge. That is the clutching we are talking about. So how do we set ourselves free from these clutches? You just stand there in the Namaskar Mudra and let them go. Set them free and set yourself free. Observe the breath. The mind will wander. The mind would want to not only just shake hands, but even go for a walk with them. And that suddenly there is no more doorkeeper. Bring that mind back by realizing that the mind has wandered away, it comes back. Just realize that the mind has wandered away. With this, we will end our meditation today. Please practice this every day for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever you can do. Ideally, you should be able to practice as old, whatever your age might be, that many minutes you should practice, at least, every day. And you will start seeing changes in the life. Start feeling lighter. Bring your heart, hands to the heart center Exhale fully. And breathe in full. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya chavaidikena yopakarotam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi abahu purushakaram Shankha Chakra Siddharinam Sahasrara Shirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Hari Om. Rub your palms again and cup your eyes and look deep inside your basement. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks, Amit.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Amitji.
You're welcome. I hope you all had good time, learned something new, and
Yeah, yes, ji.
please keep practicing it every day. And
Thank you very much.
you're welcome. Welcome.